Hi.
Blog Talk Radio.
Hi, welcome to Kidmissing Radio. I do have a guest. Unfortunately, the computer won't let me get to where I need to be to turn my guest on, and I am so sorry. I do not know why. Blog Talk Radio has been having issues lately, and it's really having issues tonight. And I want to sincerely apologize to my guest and get her on as quickly as I possibly can. This is about Theresa Corley, who was murdered in Bellingham, Massachusetts. And I really need this to work. Come on. Why will this not work? I can't get my person on. Okay, loading audio. Why is it loading audio? I don't want to listen to myself. Start your show. Okay, unfortunately, it's not letting me into the dashboard so that I can let my person talk. She's muted because that's what they do. And it won't let me log out and log back in. That might work. Okay, log in. Yes, it worked. Good. Now I can get to my studio and allow my guest in. Oh, my guest isn't here yet. But at least I'm in the studio now, guys. My guest will be Theresa's sister, Gerri Houde, or Hood. If you have any questions for Gerri, you can call 914-338-1649. Again, this thing is, I don't know why, but Blog Talk Radio has been giving me a fit lately. Theresa was killed in December of 1978. She was found on December 8th. She went missing after a party the night of December 4th into the morning of December 5th. Ooh. Apparently my guest is having a problem getting through, and I do apologize for that. Anyway, she was killed and found off the side of Route 495, right near the sign that said entering Medway from Bellingham. So, I am so sorry. I'm trying to help my guest get on. She was 15 years old at the time. The Bellingham Police Department, the Franklin Police Department, and the Massachusetts State Police are all investigating at this time. Oh, boy. She had had arguments at the party. She had been drinking. Everyone had been drinking. Oh, I'm sorry. She wasn't 15. She was 19. Oh, boy. That was a stupid mistake. She was exhumed last year to try to gather some evidence from possibly under her fingernails. Well, they didn't find any because water had gotten into her coffin, and water is the enemy of DNA. So, but they do have DNA evidence they believe belongs to the killer from her genes. Well, it seems that all circuits are busy, and I have no idea why. So basically, that's the DNA profile of the killer, I'm pretty sure. She was brought to a place called the Presidential Arms Apartments. In Franklin, which is why Franklin police are involved. And that is where she says she was sexually assaulted. A man calling himself John Burlington, clearly not his real name, called police and told them where she was on the side of the road. He claimed that he stopped to take a leak. Okay, if anybody knows 495, this is a busy freaking highway in between Massachusetts and Connecticut. It's not a place you'd stop to relieve yourself. If you had a brain. But this is what this fool claims he did. Claims he found a body, and another guy comes into the police station not long after and asks if the body was hers. Before police had ever said, we found a body. Now, they believe that this person who was known to them was this quote-unquote John Burlington. They were one and the same. That's what they believe. If you want to know more and see more pictures than the pictures you're currently looking at, go to Justice for Theresa Corley on Facebook. That's her sister's page. You can also private message that page to get bumper stickers with Theresa's picture that says Justice for Theresa Corley. You can... My guest still isn't here. She's having trouble getting through, and I don't understand it. I don't control this. Please understand I don't control this. I'm a little upset with Blog Talk Radio right now for doing this to my guest. Some of her clothing was actually missing. Some of her things were found about 30 days later. I wonder why. I had so many questions for her. Some evidence in the case has been lost or destroyed, but I don't know what evidence. And her blouse and her panties were not, and shoes were not with her. Don't know if they were ever found. Also, not only did she go to that apartment, possibly unwillingly, she was at the train stop lounge in Franklin as well on the night she disappeared. Now, there were 4 men supposedly involved in this case. 2 are deceased, 1 has been interviewed recently, and 1 moved far away and refuses DNA or interviews or anything. That's suspicious. Now, for some reason, when the family brought in renowned Dr. Cyril Lecht to do the second autopsy, the state very quickly stepped up. Not sure why. Excuse me. I'm wondering if they're going to have an anniversary vigil. I know they've had them before. I'm going to give you some phone numbers for tips. Also, the family has amassed a $25,000 reward first phone number I'd like to give you is the Bellingham Crime Line, 508-657-2863. And don't worry, later in the show I will give you these phone numbers a second time. The Norfolk County District Attorney's Office tip line is 617-593-8840. And the Franklin PD tip line is 508-440-2780. Also, tips can be emailed to tips@franklinpolice.com. And the Bellingham Police tip line is 508-657-2863. That may be the first number I gave you. I don't know. Yes, it is. It's the same phone number. So you got it twice, which is good. A list of callers will appear. Oh. Well, duh. If you would let them call in. Okay, just writing back to my guest. Sheepers Crow. She was with her boyfriend that night. He was one of the people at the party. It was a birthday party at the club. Bob Ward of Fox 25 News has been working on this case. He knew Theresa. He was a clerk, and she was a bagger at Star Market in Milford. I may have to have my guest on another night. Because Blog Talk is giving her a hell of a time, and I do not know why, and I am beeped off, needless to say. And I think anyone would be beeped off. So, I doubt anybody at Blog Talk can hear me, but if they could, I would tell them exactly how beeped off I am. I don't understand why it's not letting her call in. Again, we've got 16 minutes left of the show, and I'm doing the very, very best I can. Thank goodness I know the case. Sorry, I have a hard time typing and talking at the same time. And it's infuriating. That this happened. So like I said, I had trouble when I first got on with y'all getting, I sound like a southerner, getting my studio to come up so I could unmute my guest if she was there. My opinion is that they shouldn't mute to begin with. Now, I'm on a free one, so I don't think I can call out to my guest. Otherwise, I would try to call her. Let me see. Yeah, it's a premium feature. Damn it. So frustrating. But as I was saying, her body was located on December 8th, 1978. Again, the Corley family is offering a $25,000 reward for information. She was literally 10 feet from the Welcome to Medway sign. That's where her remains were found. Oh, my God. Okay. And the man who went into the Bellingham police station that I was telling you about that they believe is one and the same with this John Burlington character has passed away as well. So it's hard when it's been 40 years. Those things happen. And people's memories fade. People grow up. They move away. I mean, 40 years ago, I was 4 years old. A whole lot in my life has changed since 1978. So I can imagine for these kids that a lot changed in their lives. I mean, they were 18, 19-year-old kids, and now they're grown-ups with kids of their own, maybe even grandkids, and probably grandkids. So it's a different life. And I'm sure they don't want to go back there, if they can help it. I'm just telling my guest how beeped off I am. It's infuriating to me. Again, and this hasn't been mentioned in anything that I have read or seen. I think anybody that was driving down 495, if they have any idea, they were driving down 495 in early December, first week and a half of December of 1978, as if you can remember that. Did you see anything? Now, I'm told it wasn't quite as busy a route as it is now. It's pretty crazy now. Because we have the two major highways from between Connecticut and Massachusetts, 395 and 495. So, and they're both crazy, crazy roads. So, yeah, I'm not real happy, but hopefully my guest will be able to call in next time. I am not sure when that will be. I also wanted to mention towards the end of the show, we've got 12 minutes to go, lucky us, that, yeah. Oh, I am live. Okay. Okay. I was just making sure. That one of our cases from Kidmissing TV has been resolved. The case of Joyce McLean from Millinocket, Maine. A man by the name I'm sorry. Scott Fournier has been tried and convicted of the first-degree murder of Joyce McLean of Millinocket, Maine. So I am at least happy to be able to tell you that much. Oh boy. I'm also thrilled to tell you. Now, unfortunately, Theresa's father passed away when she was very young. Her mother has since passed away and never saw justice for her daughter. Several of her siblings have passed away, and They need justice. Those who remain need justice, deserve justice. And like I said, I'm thoroughly embarrassed at this point. Screw it. I'm thoroughly embarrassed at this point because now my guest is questioning my legitimacy, and that kills me. So, but I'm going to go ahead and give her the address again. But I just gave her the address again to go ahead and listen in. I'm doing a horrible job. It's very difficult to do a show by yourself. It truly is. And I truly, holy crap. Like I said, I don't use curse words, but to quote Hubert, because that's how Hubert used to swear, and that's how I feel. So I'm just the night that Theresa disappeared after the sexual assault, she got a ride with a Garlic Farms driver. Now, Garlic Farms is a local milk dairy. It's a dairy company. I think it's basically New England. Correct me if I'm wrong out there. I wish my guest would keep trying, but anyway. Okay, she's coming over. Ooh. She got a ride with him. He was going back to the dairy itself. So when he got back, it's not really the dairy. It's not where the cows are, but it's the place where the trucks go. He got her a ride with another driver, and when she explained to the other driver that she'd been sexually assaulted, he immediately took her straight to the Bellingham Police Department. She chose not to go inside. She was going to walk home. As her sister explained to me, home was just down the street. Somebody had to have cornered her somewhere in the quarter mile on the same street between the police station and home. So, excuse me. I just seen the picture. She was a beautiful young girl. No human being deserves this. I have had problems with Blog Talk in the past. This is nothing new. Unfortunately, Blog Talk is out of England, and there's no way to get a hold of anyone for help. Believe me when I tell you I've tried in the past. I've been with Blog Talk for 3 years. Maybe 4. Yeah, 4 years. Since 2014. And I have tried to get a hold of them in the past for issues. But unless you're premium, they really don't care if you have issues. And I can't afford to be premium, so I am a free account, and therefore they don't care if you have issues. that's unfortunate for me. Let me look at the chat. Okay, there's nobody in the chat. I sure wish my guest was able to call in. I just feel terrible. I want to thank Gerri Houde for wanting to do this. And I sure hope that she will do it again. I was just telling her how much I suck. I am doing the very best that I possibly can under the circumstances. I've given you the case. We have 3 minutes left. Again, it's so exciting that one of our Kidmissing TV cases, if you go to Missing in Maine on our YouTube channel, on Kidmissing's YouTube channel, you will find, and I don't know if it's the first Missing in Maine or the second Missing in Maine, where I highlighted her case. I believe it was my special feature case, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a long time. And it was very exciting. I also believe I featured Theresa Corley's case in one of our Massachusetts shows. We've done 2 of those as well. I am planning on making a video after all this is said and done. I should have known there was going to be a problem, because Blog Talk for the last couple of weeks has been giving me issues getting into my show, editing, scheduling, because it would put up, instead of my picture, and it would say I was logged in, but it would put up their microphone icon and wouldn't give me any of my tools. So I should have known something was wrong. I should have known. And I sincerely apologize again to Theresa's sister, Gerri Houde. She was just, that's why I said 15. Her sister, no, her sister was 17. But it changed their lives completely. This family has been incredibly strong. I can't imagine going 40 years without knowing. You know, after my sister's been murdered, going 40 years and not knowing who did it, why they did it. And we have 90 seconds to go. I actually did the whole half hour myself. I'm pretty proud of myself. For the most part, there was no dead air, which is great. Again, I want to give you those phone numbers in our last 90 seconds. Bellingham Police Tip Line, 508-657-2863. Again, if you were in the club, if you were on the highway, if you knew her, people, call these numbers, please. The Norfolk County DA tip line, 617-593-8840. And the Franklin, I already gave you that. The Franklin Police also have tips at franklinpolice.com, and their tip line is 508-440-2780. Again, that's tips at franklinpolice.com. If you don't want to do any of that, at least write to kidmissingtv@yahoo.com. I will pass any and all tips on to Theresa. That is our address here at Kidmissing. They're waiting for a new state trooper and a new ADA to be assigned to the case, so the case is kind of in flux at the moment. And there were a lot of questions, like I said, that I had for her. Thank you so much for joining me rambling on. I appreciate it. God bless you. Have a wonderful night and a wonderful and safe weekend. I love you, Daddy. Goodbye.